In the final seconds, another back-and-forth game, 116-113, that final score. Everyone contributing for the Timberwolves. Let's go ahead and hear from two of the stars. You've got Julius Randle and Naz
Been around
Reid,
a little
both
bit here.
talking
Just
to the media.
what did you see in that fourth quarter, and what did it take for you guys to claw your way back?
Just possession at a time. Possession at a time. We just had to get stops. We knew over the course of a 48-minute game we could wear them down, and we got stops. And I mean, it's been the formula for us all year. Get stops and then execute what we need to on the offensive end. So we had to play through a lot. We just kept playing.
Naz, you were not in a rhythm early. How did you kind of go in at that moment and come through even when it wasn't your best game prior to that?
Just staying with it. That's something I've been able to do throughout my career. Obviously this is one of the biggest moments in my career. So just kind of trying to, grow and navigate, as the season goes on, as my career goes on.
You guys had some troubles closing games during the regular season. You dominated the last two fourth quarters. What have you learned as a team in those situations, and how much of that is Ant being able to take over when he needs to?
I didn't hear what you said.
I'm sorry. After some struggles finishing fourth quarters earlier in the season, you guys have dominated the last two fourth quarters. How much of that is team learning? How much of that is Ant being able to take over?
I think it's a combination of, understanding who you're playing with, time and situation, and obviously having a player like Ant and Ju. I mean, it's super helpful to the rest of the team, and they're the leaders. So we kind of follow suit and handle business from there. So I think just like I said, time and situation, understanding what to bring to the table.
Now, as earlier in Ant's career, you're here with him, and at the end of games, it would seem like he wanted to go get it himself.
Mm-hmm.
Think about the end of this game, and he found you in the middle, and you found Jade in there, and just kind of him not looking just to beat the opponent by
Right.
scoring. How have you seen that kind of grow?
It's been tremendous. I think he kind of picked up on that last summer. I would think maybe obviously with playing with a bunch of vets with the USA, I think that kind of helped him as well, and kind of helped his individual game. Understand, he's gonna get doubled a lot. So just believing in us and trusting us. I mean, he's seen us put the work in, so I think he trusts us now.
Julius, for you, how have you seen the impact of your guys' kind of like force of your size and physicality and offensive glass kind of provide value for you in this series?
I think it's come as the season has went along, and just learning my teammates, and I've had to grow other areas of my game. We got such a talented group. Obviously with Ant, we've seen what Jaden and Naz have done this series, and Dante and Akil. We got so many versatile players, and upon my career, I've always been asked to score the ball at a high level, rebound at a high level. But I think it's the little things that I've been able to do for the team and grow and take joy in. Naz comes in not playing much in the second half, and he comes in and makes big shots for us. Obviously, Ant, Jaden down the stretch. Dante made a big shot, I believe, as well. So it's everybody can chip in to scoring, so it's not always relied on me. And I take pride in being able to do other things as well.
Julius, you're up 3-1 now on your left, Julius. You're going back to LA up 3-1. What do you think the next couple of days are going to be like between you, coaching staff, just to talk about how to close the series out later in the week instead of having to come back for a Game 6?
Yeah, we're not done. We're not done. We know we need one more. We're just going to take everything we have to get that next win. As hard as it was tonight, it's going to be even harder, to get the next one. So we're going to have to fight through a lot, but like we have done all year, we got to rely on each other, play for one another, and we genuinely feel like if we do that, we give ourselves the best chance to win every night. So it's going to take all of us.
Julius, you played with Dante. He didn't have a best shooting night, but defensively he was able to step in. He had 3 steals, had a block. Just what are some of the different ways that you see him growing and gelling with the team now with this much experience going into this playoff series? Yeah,
Tay's been asked to do a lot. He had obviously an amazing year last year, with myself in New York. And he comes here, and like myself, he's asked, a lot of different things, from, scoring the ball, defense, hustle plays, all those things. So You know, it's been a hard adjustment. You know, hats off to him. You know, but at the end of the day, like if you know Dante, you know, as a person, he's an elite competitor, and he's won at every level. You know, so you know that's what he puts first is winning, and you know his intangibles and everything is showing so far with the team.
This Minnesota team clicking on all cylinders, and when you've got your leader, a guy like this, Anthony Edwards, saying I'm the truth to former President Barack Obama, you know you've a confident individual on your team. Let's go ahead and hear from Anthony Edwards and Dante DiVincenzo, both these guys at the podium.
And you're down 10 to start the fourth. Just what was going through your mind about how to get you guys back into the game when you came out so aggressive like you did?
Going into the fourth? Yeah. Anytime I get open, shoot it. Yeah.
How did you feel something different? Like, did you feel like this game was there to take?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I feel like we took their best punches throughout the game and to start the third and then to end the third. So, and I felt like they was gassed going down the stretch. So just trying to, you know, keep my foot on the pedal and keep going.
And through the 4 games of this series thus far, you have 23 assists and only 6 turnovers, which is a lot better assist-to-turnover ratio than you had in the regular season. What's the difference? What are you doing differently, do you think?
Reading the game, watching more film. You know, I mean, when the playoffs come around, you get a little more time, you know what I'm saying, to settle down and really lock in with your player development coach. So, Sehan's been doing a great job of sending me clips 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning. When we see each other, we talk about it, break some film down, so just everything like that.
And then both Chris Finch and Mike Conley said that you're taking a lot more interest and control into specifically what you want to see on the floor, what kind of situations you want.
That's because of my boy right here. Dante does a great job of coming and telling me like what they doing out there defensively, because sometimes I don't really recognize it, and when he gets in the game, he makes it easier for me for sure, because he tells me like, hey, Sack, they overplaying, you can backdoor right now. So just being able to read the game and then having teammates that looks out for you, I think that's the best thing about it.
Dante, for the second straight game, this was that 5-man unit that closed the game for you guys. What has been so effective for this unit closing the game on both ends of the floor?
Just being connected. I think that unit is, you know, on the offensive end, you know, you can throw it to anybody and anybody can kind of get downhill, make plays for one another. And when that is, you know, the situation, Ant's up top doing his thing, they have to respect everybody on the line. And he's making the right play over and over and over again. So then you go on the defensive end and we can just switch and we can just be physical and be ourselves. And at that point, it's winning time, and, you know, that's the only thing you're trying to do is win the game.
Yeah, with Dante's layup and then with Jaden's layup, I don't know if I don't think you got the assist on them, but you made the initial passes to kind of create those plays for like Jaden's layup and then Dante's layup. You got double.
Yeah.
It's like when in those moments, you obviously you want to look to score, but just kind of what was your mindset as you were facing those double teams, and how did you kind of find, you know, the open man in those situations?
I think in the previous timeout, I huddled everybody up and told everybody like, hey, this is what they're doing on defense. So if we space like this and somebody cuts, it's gonna be wide open because they're low man. They basically putting 3 people on me. Like once I drive, they try to trap me. If I get around the trap, it's the third guy coming up as a low man. So if you just equal out and the dude, it's 3 people on the left side on the opposite weak side of the ball, and if the middle dude just cuts, then they got 1 person to guard 2 people. So that was pretty much what we did down the stretch. And Dante, that cut he made was big time because we had just went over and he cut and he got the N1. So that was pretty much it.
And in game 3, you and LeBron we saw you laughing together today. You were getting very physical with him, pushing him. What's it been like to go against him, and were you trying to make a point when you wrestled him a little bit there?
Yeah, it's gonna be physical, man. I wouldn't say I was trying to make a point, but just let them know that we here. You ain't just gonna push us around all night. I mean, because I'm not gonna lie, he's strong. It's hard to keep him from, like, he posted me up. He got all the way to the rim. I was glad he missed the layup, but he a lot stronger than me. But just let him know that we're gonna be here all night, and I'm gonna be a pest to him whenever I get on him. I'm gonna try to get up under his skin. I'm gonna try. I mean, because we played together at USA. He was like a big brother to me. He looked out for me, helped me out a lot with reading the game, IQ, and everything. So, just trying to be a pest to him out there.
Dante, kind of along those lines, how in your year with Ant have you seen him grow and evolve as a playmaker and not just a scorer?
Hold on, can you repeat the question? I'm thinking about something. What did you say?
How have you seen Ant like grow as a playmaker in your year with him?
Yeah, I mean, throughout the year, he's had, this whole year has been ups and downs for all of us, individually and collectively as a team. So I think the biggest thing that I've seen is, during quote unquote, down times throughout the year of, not necessarily making the right play, he's learned from it and come back, and he's had, his highs are extremely high. So throughout the entire season, weathering the storms of up and downs and different guys in lineups and trying to figure out and get guys comfortable, when it comes winning time, dude knows how to win. And that's flat out what it comes down to. He understands watching film what they're going to do. And no one's out here trying to get numbers. No one's out here trying to prove a point. We're just trying to win the game. So when he's watching, film and making quick decisions and being himself, you can just see a different level of him being locked in and him being, 23? Young as hell. So being 23 and being able to do that is really special. And being able to, listen to everybody. He doesn't have to do that, which he's willing to do to every single person on the team, and it just allows us to, be connected and be on another level.
And you look across the way, and it's the Lakers. LeBron's having a game. Luka's having a game. How are you able to sort of recognize the moment and not shrink from it? Because a lot of people get in these spots, stars or not, and are not able to meet those guys where they're performing at. Where do you sit on that?
I don't know, man. I don't even really look at it like a moment. I just try to take advantage of every opportunity. I mean, because, I've been dreaming of this all my life, whether it was football or basketball. So just being in these situations, and now it's going against Bron and Luka. And Luka probably the best player in the game, young player in the game, and Bron is the best player leaving the game. So just trying to, prove I belong, and to all my haters and people who criticize me that I'm better than they think.
Anthony, when you slip.
Anthony Edwards and the